Alberta is celebrating 75 years of being rat-free. I mean, this is really impressive. The province has been able to do that because of its rat control program. This is a program that started in 1951 by Napoleon Poulin, using a zero-tolerance policy for rats. Joining us now for why this is such an important milestone is Lincoln Poulin, president of Poulin Pest Control. Good to see you. Look at that, right there.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You don't see that where you are right now, which is the point. Good to have you on the show this morning. So Napoleon was your grandfather, right? He is responsible for establishing this program back in the 1950s. Give us a little backstory. Why did he develop the rat control program?
Well, it would go back to when he was a child. He wanted a puppy, and my great-grandfather wouldn't let him have one. And he hid one in a grain shed that the rats killed at a very young age. And that kind of started him disliking rats.
I bet.
And then he was in the hotel business and was flipping hotels, learning how to do rat control. And then in the late 40s, mid-40s, incorporated Poulin's Pest Control. And by that time, had a reputation for rat control. And Alberta started considering the damage that rats would do, met with them, and hired him to eliminate all the rats in Alberta.
Wow.
Yeah. I was going to say started in the fall of 1951, and 18 months later, they declared the province rat-free.
Isn't that amazing? And we were showing our viewers some posters. Now, you were on this show, what, 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago now, walking through a little bit of the story. So here we are 75 years later. 75 years later, Alberta is still considered rat-free. So what is working so well?
Well, one of the big parts is the authority that Rat Patrol has, and they enforce it. So if there's, sites or complaints or worse, even evidence of live rats at a facility, they'll meet with the property owner, try to work with them. And if the property owner isn't complying with what needs to be done, there are government fines or even foreclosures. It's never had to come to that. Most people don't want rats on their property, but it's the authority that the Rat Patrol has in Alberta.
Because, Lincoln, why are rats such a threat to the province?
Well, the biggest threat, one of the main reasons back in 51 was the grain export. There's been numerous documents on how much grain is damaged worldwide by rats, and Alberta wanted to be able to market their grain and ship it worldwide, and being able to state that it would not be contaminated with rats.
Alberta may be rat-free, Lincoln, but Ontario, specifically Toronto, is not. Toronto has a serious rat problem. It has actually been called the rattiest city in the country. We were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. The city is coming up with some sort of rat response plan. When you hear that, you go, okay, well, what can we here in Toronto do better? Because you've had lived experience.
One of the big things, everybody, is you've got to address the sanitation and harborage for rats. And one of the introduction videos that you showed there, and I'm assuming it was from Ontario, had a whole bunch of clutter, had a whole bunch of old tires, right there, the old tires, what's in that shed, and that needs to be addressed. You will not get rat control with just using rodenticides today. You need to create a landscape that will discourage rats from harboring in there.
Lincoln, you've got to feel pretty proud. As you know, your grandfather started this initiative. You've been able to carry this on with your family. What does it feel like to be part of the solution?
It's I don't think my grandfather disliked rats unbelievable, and to realize 75 years later that it's still being what he had suggested incorporated, it's quite an honor for Poulin's Pest Control.
Very cool. And thanks for joining us this morning, Lincoln. Great to see you.
Thank you very much.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.